Indeed, it is match day 6 of the Castle Premier Soccer League. It's a very hearty welcome to Ascot Stadium, where today it is the home of TelOne, the Wi-Fi boys, as they take on the league leaders in the Castle Premier Soccer League. That is Ngezi Platinum Stars, Madamburo, this afternoon. My name is Valentine Mabuga, and of course I never walk alone. I've got Talubutle Pepe. Talubutle promises to be a great and exciting encounter. We're looking forward to this game. The league leaders versus a team which has made this home ground a fortress, so something to take note of.
A good afternoon to you, Vale, and a good afternoon to all the viewers out there. Yes, what a game we have this afternoon. It really promises to be fireworks. We have got two shrewd tacticians, and we sincerely hope that it's going to live to expectation, Vale.
Indeed, a great expectation. But before we get into that match today, we focus on match day 6 of the Castle Premier Soccer League. There's a big one that is taking place. That is at Rufaro Stadium. It is Yada FC taking on Scotland, the Moneybags. And this one promises to be an interesting encounter. The brand of football that Yada plays, and of course Scotland with the greatest expectation through their off-season business that they did to bring in some good players from when they qualified into the league this time around. Your expectation in that one, looking at Yada, they haven't started brilliantly. They struggled. They didn't have a full complement of players, but things are shaping up now for them. But they're playing against a side that more like a parent team that has given them some players for the season.
Yeah, definitely a good game as well. If you look at Yada, yes, they started a bit slow because of the issues with registration, but now look, they've got a full complement of the squad. But for Scotland, yes, the poster boys of football, I call them. Yes, look, it's going to be a very big game. And looking at the situation right now, Harare derbies are always hotly contested. So we expect a good game, but I think this one I will marginally give it to Scotland, though Yada is quite a good team, and look, they really play good flowing football, Vale.
Indeed, an interesting one. That is the one that will be at Rufaro Stadium, and of course we shall be making sure you can watch this one on other ZBC platforms. That is the match at Rufaro Stadium. And also looking at, let's take you to Kariba, ZPC Kariba taking on Kwekwe United. Kwekwe United desperate for points. ZPC Kariba last season, we did see them draw so many games, which if they could have converted those, they could have easily won the title. Your take on this one? Two teams desperate for 3 points.
Yeah, ZPC Kariba, perennial draw specialists, and look, I think this season they're supposed to turn that around. And for Kwekwe, look, they really need to start picking up points. So that one is bottom of the table clash. So it is an interesting one for both teams, and whichever team really wins this one is going to go up, Valley.
So quite interesting matches that are lined up this afternoon in match day 6 of the Castle Premier Soccer League. Another one that is taking shape is the one happening in Shamva. This one is a big one, particularly for Joe Lupatla. Remember, he has to earn 6 points in this one. Manika Diamonds themselves have started well, and they're picking points most likely at the right time, but can they continue without rich vein of form after last week's win against the Dynamos at Sakuba? This time around they travel to Shamva. Can they replicate and continue with great form? But they're facing a now more confident Simba Bora, which was failing to score, but finally got a solitary goal to seal victory.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one as we see TelOne players arriving into the stadium. They look good, they look confident, Valley.
Indeed, as we look at TelOne arriving there, and of course ready for this big encounter, and of course going through the rituals and greetings, and I'm sure it gives confidence as we see Admire Zumbunu there will be wearing jersey number 19, so will Prince Milanzi wearing jersey number 18 in that dressing room as well, looking sharp with Chigara 42, and of course the one of the changes, Takaeza is there, Masilela is part of the team. That's the bit about TelOne. They'll be looking to make sure that they still victory. But going back to the match happening in Shava, that's the match between Simba Bora as well as Manika Diamond. That's a humdinger of a match.
That's a tough one. Someone is fighting for his life and fighting for his job, and so you'd expect them to bring everything on the table. And guess what? Manika Diamond's quite a formidable side, and we know how dangerous they are in terms of their wings, especially Tapera. But Look, I think this one, for me, it should be a draw or a win for Simba Bora. They have no choice but to win.
Simba Bora left with no choice but to win this one, and to complete the 5 matches that are on today is the one that we'll be giving you live right here at ASCO Stadium in Gweru as we give you this live match. That's the match between that is TelOne, the Wi-Fi boys, as they take on that is the log leaders Ngezi Platinum Stars, Madamburo, and this one Talu is a tricky one. They enjoy, that is sitting at the apex of the log, that is Ngezi Platinum Stars, but this is a different ball game altogether for them, because Jompano, as we can see, the Platinum boys arriving there earlier on in the day, and of course going through the usual routine arrival. No one to welcome them. Different teams have got different ways of doing things, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm really impressed by the frame of those players. Look at them and look at the confidence. This is the team that really is on top of the log. Just see the walk. Just see the walk. And you can really see the confidence. Chirwa, one of their best players to watch out for, even Benura. And look, the team, I think, is also key. Hachiro, game changer, Vale.
Achiro, game changer. So far, he has won 2 men of the matches so far this season. That's how outstanding his season has been. But let's look at TelOne themselves. They're coming off a defeat last weekend, and of course they've made this place more of a fortress. They get to frustrate so many big teams. They know how to play them here. Do you see them doing this against Ngezi Platinum Stars that has started well this season?
Oh, definitely yes, because if you look at the way that they play, especially in the first 20 minutes, they really come at you, and they really come at you hard. So, and if you look at the tactical changes, that's what I want to call them. Yes, they look as if they want to defend, but no, don't be fooled by that. They are going to allow Ngezi Platinum to come into their own half, and then maybe find them on the break. Remember, they've got Washington Navaya, who's the top goal scorer, and who is look, the player of the month. So it's not really Navaya only. You also have to listen. I mean, to wait and see how Leroy Murape is going to take this one, because yeah. TelOne are not going to be pushovers, and they are used to this kind of turf. They play a passing game, but if they lead, Chilenga becomes key. He really slows down the game.
And here's the man that we should talk about as well, in terms of how he has taken the jersey from Christian Verichena. Quite unfortunate for Christian Verichena to have had that injury after a good start into the season. But I mean, his replacement, he has been outstanding. He has kept goals, kept them in the match against that is last weekend, though they lost the game, but he kept them in the game. This week, do you see him playing another pivotal role for that is TelOne, the Wi-Fi boys?
Yeah, he's very key in terms of their game strategy. And remember, look, he has got safe hands as Mverachira, but though his weakness is goalkeeping, goal kicks. And look, I think he is quite key. And Chilenga, for me, he really has to improve on his goal kicks. And in terms of crosses, he's big. And you know what? He goes for those 1v1s. So I think they've got a competitive advantage in Chilenga. Yes, Mverachira is injured, but they've got a capable replacement, Vale.
Indeed, a man who did fit into that position like hand in glove, that is Piwa Chilenga. And now let's talk about Simbarashe Takaeza, that the coach says it is a tactical move to bring him in the side. Big surprise for some of us here, but I'm sure he's looking for better creativity, as well as we see Washington Navaya, their top goal scorer there on your screen, doing his warm-up. He's another key figure that is for TelOne again in this encounter. We saw what he did against Caps United, and when he comes on, that is the big, bold giant. He can be a real menace for the defense.
Quite a handful striker to deal with, and look, he's got the experience. Remember, he played for Highlanders. He's been there. He is look, a Gweru boy, and he's at home, and he's got all this exuberance and all the support that he needs here. So look, anyone is supposed to take him for granted at their own peril.
As we see, Simbarashe Tagaida saw another change. Tactical, says the coach when he asked him earlier on. I'm sure we will hear from him. But an important addition in this one, as well as we see Milton Chimeza taking the bench this afternoon.
Yeah, definitely. And remember, Ngezi Platinum really loves building from the back. So he is a quite important addition into unlocking that kind of defense, because with that kind of defense, it's not very easy to unlock them. So if you bring in a player that has got the creativity, you are really able to unlock that defense by, look, he has the ability to take them one-on-one. So when you take defenders one-on-one, you really off-balance them. And I think that is going to work out positively for TelOne.
So there you have it for TelOne. Let's go to Ngezi Platinum Stars. Their man in between the sticks. Musarira, I mean, he's been outstanding. He's the cog. He's the one that gives surety to the defense. Your take on him and the role that he has to play today, because TelOne, I'm sure today they're not going to be sitting back. They'll try to get that goal. And if they score one, it could be it for the day.
Yeah, look, Darlington is a very key player because he's the first man to attack. So they usually, like I said, they usually play the ball from the back and they like to keep possession. And look, this is how they conserve their energy. So he's going to be very, very key. And look, he's a shot stopper as well. And look, he's got very safe hands and quite an intelligent player as well. Very comfortable on his feet. So you expect him to be the real #1 attacker for Ngezi Platinum.
So, ungabe ungapi lobani lisenzana ungekho ascot sila buya uzobona umdlalo wenguqu uriphi nani muchitei isinasi sirimugweru uya tiwone titambe bora. This is the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League right here on ZBC TV. Now let's talk about their frontmen, the middle of the park. Of course, they've got Hachiro, that man in your picture. 2 men of the match performances so far in the season that we've watched. Outstanding.
Definitely another key player because he's the engine of Ngezi Platinum. He's the one who goes to pick up the ball from the defenders and really carries it up. And look, he wins a lot of balls. He has got so much advantage in terms of defensive, and tactical prowess. But look, he is the key player. The key player in the middle of the park. And remember, also national team collapse should tell you that he is no pushover as well.
And of course, speak of some of those exciting and brilliant players from that is Ngezi Platinum Stars to watch out for. Another young man, Ashwin. That goal, top of the notch, outstanding, out of this world. A top contender for goal of the month and the top contender for goal of the season as well. I know it's early days at Talu, but I'm sure that one will be a hard one to beat.
Yes, I call that consummate finishing, precise finishing. The young man has got skill. The young man has got this knack for scoring goals, and his orientation in the final third is quite good. And so we really expect him to show up today. And given the defense of TelOne, they're not really quick defenders. So I think he is supposed to be able to shine this afternoon.
Ipola ngelethu yiko siliphathele lona lapha. We're going everywhere, and today namhla sise Asco Stadium lapha khona okuza dlala khona amaqembu amabili lapha kuzahlala khona iqembu le TelOne lidibana leqembu le Ngezi Platinum Stars. I hope ukuthi lizabe libona ukuthi zabe zihamba kanjani njengoba libona ama highlights ama corporation Ngezi Platinum Stars. And you look at that and the way they are so sharp and alert, and the cleverness that they put into the team, the drilling, the way they keep and maintain their shape. This is a well-drilled match.
Team. Look, tactfully, Chiragwe is one of the top coaches that we have. And you know what? As he attacks, he usually uses about 2 systems. He attacks using the wings, where he brings in a lot of crosses, and you find also him attacking on the right. But when you come into his half, he uses that long ball for Tekshua Chiragwe. Tekshua Chiragwe uses Obrel Chirinda, who has got power and speed. But today, surprise, he's on the bench. And like we're talking just off air, 4 major changes, Vale.
4 major changes for Tekshua Chiragwe, and a shoot coach as well. But let's go to find out what coaches had to say as they tell us about their tactics and how they're going to execute this one. What promises to be a humdinger of a match?
It's going to be a tough match. Guys are playing well. At the same time, we are playing at home. We need to make sure we bounce back from the defeat we suffered in Shamba. We need to make sure we collect maximum points, but we have to work hard to get the good result. Yeah, we are playing at home. The last time we played here, we managed to beat them 1-0. It's a plus. On our side, again, we are playing they are leading, but that doesn't mean we are in the different leagues. We are in the same league, so we need to make sure we fight for our lives.
Looking to the game, I think we are going to expect an exciting game. Yes, we have been here and we lost 1-0, but in football there's no revenge. It's not boxing. It's a different year, different day. So we just want to make sure we came here to try and have a good result, try to perform better than what we did last year or the last game that we've played. So I think we are going to look for a very good game today.
So they have it. The two coaches are there having their say. And, of course, Evan Marua making three coaches. John Pano, he says two are tactical and one injury-inspired with, that is Ndlela, sitting it out due to injury.
Yeah, I believe all of them are tactical because Robert Marua is no pushover like I said. Look, he has got wealth of experience. He has coached the Eswatini, he has coached the Rhinos, he has coached Dynamos. So you can never, ever underwrite him. Yes, he doesn't coach a team with money, but look, he has the ability to turn the fortunes around. And Chiragwe also highly tactful guy. And look, I think this one is going to be quite interesting for those of us who love analytics. We are going to try and watch it frame by frame, Vale. Let's talk about Texua Chiraki. 4 changes in his side. And the best miss in this encounter will be Obro Chirinda. We know how much of a menace he is going to be. Do you see him tactically coming in to cause a problem for that is the TelOne boys? Because maybe they would have expected him to start, really. Yeah, look, if things go the way that I think they are trying to win this game in the second half, and they want to make those key changes. And I think the strategy is very simple: tire the back four so that when Obrel Chirinda comes in, it is going to be a bit easier for him to finish those final third goals. And remember, Chirwa is outside, and look, you can't afford to have that kind of talent sitting on the bench. So I think it's a strategy that Ngezi Platinum want to bring in, because when they go at you, the speed of going at you, and look, they are always able to catch you on the break, and look, if you are not balanced, they will punish you definitely. Let's talk about Benura. He comes in, that is Benura, in this encounter. He has been sitting it out for most of the starts for the better start of the season. Your expectation of him? He's a potent striker. He shed the golden boot, I think, some seasons back. Yeah, because look, he's coming in has to confuse TelOne, and the issue is I know they planned around Obrel Chirinda, but guess what? There's a surprise package. This is why I was saying it is a tactical move for Ngezi Platinum, but for TelOne. Look, I think they also planned very well. Instead of having the traditional anchorman, I think today they'll be double anchoring. Though they disguised that by calling somebody an attacking midfielder, yet we know that is going to be a defensive midfielder, Vale. So do we see Ngezi Platinum themselves playing with 3 at the back? Yeah, definitely, because what has happened is they've opened up that left channel and they've opened up that right channel. So the issue is those 3 are supposed to deal with Washington Navaya. And look, it makes logical sense because most of the time they were putting Navaya as their top man. So I think the game is going to be one in the middle of the park. Whoever controls the middle of the park is the one who's going to go away with 3 points today. So whichever part of the world you're watching this one, please share your comments and views on our Facebook page, because this game is live on Facebook as well. You can share your comments and views. Let us know what you think and what your take is and what your expectations are. And of course, you can predict as well. Let's see if you've gone to the right Sangoma today. Pula Sangoma. Next time masibuya vele sifake imiqomelo yokuthi mbani ochayile oqambile ukuthi liyaphela kanjani. But having said that, now before the two teams walk in, let's look at TelOne's midfield. They've got a very, very potent player in them. That is Leroy Murape. He's been outstanding for them, and this is one man who can pull the strings in the middle of the park that Ngezi need to be wary of.
payoff?
Yeah, the speed of play is usually revolving around Leroy, and I think he's quite a key player to watch. Look, he pulls out at times, goes to the channel, comes in back, and is very creative, and he has got the eye to see those penetrating passes, so they really need to watch him. But I think it is not going to be easy for them to do that, because at times he goes quiet, pretends as if he's not even part of the play, but the moment he comes in, what a telling effort that he brings. Vale.
Indeed. But also look at the bench that Ngezi Platinum Stars enjoy. Looks like a very strong bench. I wouldn't expected Aubrey Chirinda to be sitting out. Marvin Gaki is also, Chira is also on the bench. That's a formidable bench.
Definitely, and you can't say it's a team that lost up 14 players. And look, I know there are a lot of excuses of saying we're rebuilding, but Texture Chiragwi is rebuilding as well. But guess what? But occupying the summit of the log. And if you look at that bench, well balanced. Those players can start. Can be in the starting 11 of any Premier League team in the country. Vale.
I won't be shocked. These are two teams that lost a number of players last season.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
They got new signings to come in. Can they click? That is the question. That can be a case to answer. But I'm sure in a few moments' time, the two teams will be working out. What is your prediction? Remember, there are so many games that are taking place that will be keeping you posted about across the country. It's match day 6 of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League. As you can see there, the log there for you to make the permutations, just in case before this one kicks off, how it will end. Can Ngezi Platinum Stars continue with their fine form and extend the lead at the apex of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League? But Talu, we have to go and go for the commentary there with Desiba.
Yeah, definitely. Really itching to see this one and learn a lot from these two tacticians, Vale.
So, it's over to you, Pratev Dave Simba, who shall be your match competitor together with Dalubushe Pepe. My name is Valentine Mabugu. Catch you after the half.
Many thanks to Valentine Mabugu, and of course welcome to match day 6 here in the Midlands, where the two teams are lining up, and of course it's going to be an exciting game. This is pitting TelOne and also the one that is Ngezi Platinum, who are at the top of the log at the moment. So we are hoping and anticipating a humdinger of a game. It has been exciting to come here and watch these two as they have played, as they now line up for those pleasantries, and of course the national team for us to listen to that. The national anthem is about to be played as we observe that, but the two teams are out there and of course are looking good. The captains of the two teams continue to be showing off as we are all upstanding for the national anthem being played here in Guerus Ascot Stadium. We'll be back with you after the national anthem. That marks Well, that marks the end of the national anthem here at Ascot Stadium, and welcome pleasantries from both sides. That the visitors, Ngezi, are just going through the formalities, and so it's going to be exciting and interesting as we are going to be watching this game. They played quite well, that is Ngezi, and of course giving us the lineups in terms of the two teams coming through, the two captains. That's Makarati, and of course they are just having to make the tosses right in front of the referee for the day. That's Oscar Mwenda, Owen Mwenda, that is just giving out those instructions. It's just exciting to see what it's going to be like. It's game 6, and as we stand, Ngezi is at the top of the log. Will they maintain their side lead in the Premiership, or get the team that is TelOne will get over at the top of it? And so the toss is up, and it looks like it's going to be those changes to be made.
Good afternoon again to you, Dave, and to all our listeners. What a surprise. We are told we were given a lineup with of Obrel Chirinda, but he's on the pitch. We were given a lineup without Gurende Nyasha, but he's also starting, and Gaki was said to be on the bench, but we see him, he's on the pitch. So this is exactly what I said about that tactical game. As we see the TelOne lineup there, really ready for this game, and they look confident, and Navaya, I think, he's the talisman for TelOne.
That's exciting and also interesting. Dalubute, he's recorded here as the right back. That's Navaya, but we know that he is the talisman up there. Of course, they just play the mind games. But in terms of the two lineups at Dalubute, as we can give you, it's Chris Mverechena on the sub bench, but the starting goalkeeper is Tapua Chilenga, Washington Navaya, Frank Makarati, the captain, Powell Govera, Prince Milanzi, Tawanda Macheke, Bruno Mtigwe, Simbarasha Tekaedza, Admire Zumbunu, Nigel Makumbe, an exciting player in his heyday. Leroy Murape, they finish at the top 11. And of course, sitting it out on the bench for the Wi-Fi boys is Chris Mverechena. He's been with Caps United. Kelvin Chidara, Nkosiabo Masilela, Blessing Sahondo, Milton Chimeza, Erea Mafirenyika, Blessing Sibanda, Panashe Mtasa, and Gerald Barrow. And of course, in your pictures is the goalkeeper. But giving you the Ngezi lineup, we have Rasiranwa Darlington in goals, Marvelous Mukumba, McDonald Makuwe, Talent Chamboko, Richard Hachiro, Kudzai Chigwida, the captain, Farai Madananga, ever growing stronger, Takunda Benura, Polite Moyo, Ashvin Karengesha, Leslie Kashtigu, and of course, as exciting as the game has just picked up, and of FC TelOne scoring towards the town end and defending the northern end, all in blue and a touch of white. And of course, Ngezi in white, and as we said, Dalubusha, that they do have Aubrey Chirinda, who is actually playing as the top man. It looks like they have a 3-5-1 formation.
Yeah, they look to use Aubrey Chirinda because of his quality. He's got speed and he's got power. So they really want to patch TelOne on the counter, as you see that cross there. As
they come through with that cross, it's a long one, but well defended by TelOne as they end themselves a goal kicker from their end. And so it's Ngezi getting the first kick to the crowds there. And of course, looking at the crowds on the far side, they are still trickling in, as now Chigwida will pick it up for Ngezi with a long one, speculative, trying to find but this one will go out, and two players from Ngezi falling on, it looks like it's a head collision there, and the medical team having to go there. It looks like Hachiro is one of those players that's down there, and also the man that is Gomejani Chirwa, he's also on, and looks like he's received a knock there, and so Malvin Gake also on the pictures. He was said not to be starting, but he's in there starting. Malvin Gake has played for Howmine, has played for Chicken Inn, has played for Triangle, and now he is in the books of that is Ngezi Platinum. He's done quite well there, Dalubute.
Yeah, definitely. And look, he's quite a seasoned player. He really has that kind of experience. But like I said, this is a highly tactical game. But a bit unprofessional for you to put players in the starting 11 and only to find out that they're not really there. So it really complicates things, because Nyasha, the one that you see on your pictures, is said to be on the bench, but he's actually starting on the left, and we knew that he's quite key in terms of bringing those crosses. As we see them warm up there, Dave.
Well, the warm up because of the injury of the. If it was one player that we had been told is going to start but doesn't do so, anything could have happened before the game. But then they changed the game, they changed the lineups, and it becomes a bit difficult to then follow through with the players. As Polite Moyo in your pictures there is going to take this one. It's a long one into the half as Chirinda will come in with the header. It's in there, but pretty speculative, a bit of clumsy affair in terms of the ball being played, and now they will pick it up the pieces now. Trying Washington Navaya in the box there, and Navaya, can they score? Yes, they score through Washington Navaya. Dalubute, what a goal for TelOne. We've only played 6 minutes, and of course TelOne scored there through Tawanda Macheka. Tawanda Macheka will scores this one, and this one came through from Washington Navaya on the right side. Dalubute, an early goal. Well from the middle there as Navaya in your pictures comes in, tries, but of course the man Tawanda Macheka does score and inflict that one against TelOne. Jalubutke, what a brilliant build up from TelOne.
A defense splitting pass, look at that, picks up the points, and on the outside Navaya also picks up a teammate, and the reverse pass, Dave, was pinpoint. This is orchestrated. It shows that this is something that they've rehearsed, and I've always said they are quite dangerous in the first 20 minutes, and guess what? They have scored. Concentration levels, Dave.
Well, we're talking of Anyasha Gurende. He was caught napping because he was backpedaling, and that ball just passed him. That defense splitting pass, what a beauty, and putting away that baby as to score the first goal is Tawanda Macheka is down. As Gakina will try and pick it up from the right side with a long speculative one, and this one goes out for a goal kicker for TelOne. But what a brilliant start for TelOne, darling.
Yeah, and look, as soon as they lead, TelOne becomes a very difficult side to really beat, because what they do is they really run down the clock. And look at Navaya, he is always on the far side, and they don't usually put somebody at the center, and he comes from behind that defense. So I think, like you are rightfully saying, Nyasha Gurende really pay attention, especially in the first 15 minutes, because don't come to the center of the line. But one other talking point is there, the goal kick that they are taking. Chilenda always loses them. So I hope today there is an improvement, because we highlighted that, Dave.
Well, in terms of ball distribution, the last time we saw there was that element of him failing to really do quite well. As we now await to see, it's a long one, a spectacular one, but the goalkeeper is good, and he will make sure that is Tapiwa Chilenge that he covers that one. He will take his time as usual, and of course a player being attended to on the far side and right, just before was the coach, the referee. That's Owen Manende. He comes in, and it's TelOne still probing that goal area with now that is Nyasha Gurende. Pick it up now, trying to find out who he can let it out to. It's a long one, but the goalkeeper Chilenge in attendance, and he will take once again his time. The fourth official. It looks like we're going to have an early substitution. Dalubutle, that concussion for the Ngezi player, and looks like Kashtigu might be coming back into the fray to get. That definitely was an early substitution, as Polite Moyo will pick it up, but a dummy that does not work, as Ngezi come through now, defending quite well. That is Ngezi. Hachiro coming in now in the middle of the park. They find Gaki. Gaki will find at the heart of their defense the captain. Polite Moyo comes through now, almost getting on to the center set. Comes in. He will let it out to Hachiro. Midfield maestro has been called up to the national team many times for the AFCON and also for the World Cup qualifiers, as now they pick it up from the left side. That is TelOne, but this time around good defending there by Ngezi. They come through now. Gachi, Marvin Gachi overlaps, but he's appended, and a raising of the foot from Nyasha Gurende, and the referee is now going to allow that substitution to proceed. It looks like it's going to be Kashtigu coming through now.
Yeah, from the initial lineup we were told Leslie is actually starting, and now he's coming from the bench, and we were told that Chirwa Gomez Gani is not starting, so he's really coming in for Chirwa because I think of that clash of the heads. So quite an interesting way of doing things, as we see that foul there by Nyasha.
Yes, Nyasha raising his foot and of course appending one of the TelOne players who's now sprawling on the ground, and the medical team having to attend to him. So it looks like slowly but surely Dalubushe, TelOne beginning to make Ascot fortified forts, and not easy to breach them when they are at Ascot.
Yeah, and I think this is the second time me saying this. When you come and play TelOne, the first 20 minutes are really critical for that kind of concentration, because this is where they are really dangerous and they come at you. But Ngezi Platinum, they build from the back. Let's see whether it's going to pay out today. That's
Ngezi trying to find Gake, but out of the picture. Chirinda having to go on to the left side, but Gachi comes in, dribbles, but to no avail, as Murape now picks it up for TelOne, but taken away by Hachiro, the host. Oh, beautiful play from him, a sublime touch from him, as Mandananga will find that is the man, Obrel Chirinda in the box. Can they put it away? Oh, what a save from the goalkeeper, saving the blushes. That is the TelOne. This one was almost written goal all over, as they now pick it up from the left side of their attack. TelOne still in there, but the goalkeeper Tapua Chilenge managing to smoother that attack. But Dalu, what an attempt from Ngezi Platinum, with Aubrey Chirinda hooking it, but that final execution not really telling for Ngezi. Talent Chamboko was there, could have put that ball away, but the goalkeeper was alert and their defense was quite alert, Dalu.
Yeah, very safe hands for Chilenga, and look at that, his reactive agility quite superior, and look, he's got very safe hands, and Verachera as well, but like I said, Chilenga is also a very competent goalkeeper.
Well, you will say that Frank Makarati also holding on his defensive line, as you can see in our pictures. The coach, Jompano, they call him, that Herbert Maruva from TelOne, and just giving some bit of instruction to Milanzi, the central back, to pick that throw from the right side. So we have seen TelOne on position 7. But I must say, Dalubushe, actually we thought that there was 14 players that they brought to the fray, but it's actually 22 players that they brought this season to try and make sure that they pick them on their radar. As we can see, the Ngezi goalkeeper picking it up from the back there to try and get it to Madananga in the center of the park there. He spreads it to Ugaki on the right side, and it comes back to a polite Moyo, the captain, coming through there with the long one on the right. Beautiful play there. What a waste there from the far side, and going out for a throw in. McDonald Makue failing to hold on to that one, Dalu.
Yeah, look, I think TelOne are supposed to be quite vigilant because if you allow Ngezi Platinum to start the ball from the back and start those combination plays, you are really allowing them to be, at the top of their game. So TelOne needs to really press them very high so that they disrupt that game and they use the long ball instead of the ball on the ground and those triangular passes there.
Well, the supporters on your pictures there, TelOne obviously enjoying the proceedings and making sure that they come through, as Ngezi now will build it from the midfield, coming through, finding that's Gurende to the goalkeeper with the long one, and the goalkeeper that's Darlington Murasiranwa picking it up from the back, finding the captain, that's Polite Moyo, who's still in possession. Dispatches a long one, but an emphatic distribution there, the clearance from Simbarashe Takaendesa, but still TelOne resolutely defending, but Gaki comes in with a cross strike, but the goalkeeper Tapiwa Chilenga also good to the task, but Gaki could have stolen that one, Dalu.
Yeah, look, this is the confidence that Chilenga has. Like I said, he is one goalkeeper who really kills the rhythm of the opponents, slows down the game, and you don't just need to take those shots willy-nilly. Instead, bring those crosses so that he is forced to make a save.
And now they'll come through with a beautiful one. That is TelOne. They seem to be just having a step up in their walk stride. Yeah, they're really bouncing. That is TelOne today. A beautiful attack there from jersey number 92 there. That's Nigel Makumbe. Beautiful play from him. What a beauty. It could have been an embarrassment for Ngezi, but what a strike. But it just misses the upright slightly, as Madananga will now pick it up from their defensive walls with a long one, but it looks like it's going to be a goal kick to be taken by TelOne. The lineup again, as you can see on your screens: Tapiwa Chilenge, Washington Navaya, Frank Makarati, the captain, Powell Govere, Prince Milanzi, Tawanda Macheka, Bruno Mtigo, one of my best display players, Simbarashe Takaeda, Admire Zumbunu, Nigel Makumbo, just missing that beautiful shot there. And of course, Leroy Morape, what a player in terms of his midfield there, as Chilenga dispatches a long one, cleared away by TelOne, as they still are in possession. They win a free kick just around the center, as Gaki will learn to delay that attack there. And of course, finally to be cleared, and it's going to be taken by Admired Zumbunu. Zumbunu behind that free kicker for TelOne. We wait to see, and the referee obviously commanding the wall to be pushed back, as you can tell, saying move, and we wait to see what Zumbunu does. Comes in with a long one, trying to find Navaya on the right, but this one is going to be a throw in for Ngezi. As you can see, the lineup for Ngezi with Murasiranwa, Darlington in goals, Mukumba Mavelas, Makue McDonald, Talen Chamboko, Richard Hachira, as I said, one of my favorite ones, Kudzai Chigwida, Farai Madananga, Chakunda Benura, Polite Moyo, and of course Ashwin Karengesha, Leslie Kashtigu. They come through now with Malvin Gaki. He will find on his defensive line McDonald Makue. On the long run there, it's an opportunity, but it's going to be a free kick for Ngezi Platinum. Well, Dalubuhle, we're still talking about the two lineups and also their formations.
Yeah, I think what is key, especially for the visitors, that is Ngezi Platinum, is they moved Madananga into the middle of the park. Yes, we know he's a defender most of the time, and he's supposed to come there and complement Hachiro, who is supposed to come and carry that ball from him. And look, Tinashe as well is supposed to come and complement that midfield. So they really want to play that passing game, but TelOne is not allowing them to do that, as we see Chilenga also losing that goal kick that he usually does.
Yes, it does. But today we thought that his ball distribution was going to get a little bit better. And of course, they win it. That is Ngezi. But the referee will say that that ball is an injury to Murape, Leroy Murape. And he's still down on the floor there. And the referee goes up to him. Makarati there, that's the captain, just to make sure that he does bring some bit of fairness there. Murape being brought down by Madananga, and Madananga saying that I didn't do it. But the referee had other thoughts, Dalu.
No, I think his first call, the referee's first call was okay. Yes, there was a foul in the middle of the park, but
allowed play.
Yeah, he allowed play because it was a promising attack. And when Leroy Murape was brought down, then he had to really charge for that one. And I really don't understand why Makarati is complaining about that, because it was actually to their advantage.
Yes, to their advantage. 18 minutes we've played here at Ascot Stadium, and it's TelOne 1 and Ngezi Platinum 1, as the goal scorer is the one that was brought down, that Macheke, Tawanda Macheke. He played for Dynamos, has also been in other places, but brilliant player. As you can see that replay of him putting that baby away from a Washington Navaya attempt there. And the goalkeeper Darlington Murasi Ranwa are having to retrieve that one. They lost their goalkeeper, who is with the Scotland, as that free kick comes in. It's in the box. A dangerous one. It's still dangerous, but the goalkeeper saves the blushes. It's not yet over, and he recoups on the third attempt. What display from Ngezi, as Obriel Chirinda is brought down on that stride there. The referee just getting it right in all those calls so far. We've played 19 minutes, Dalu, and a free kick being won by Ngezi.
Concentration levels, Dave. Concentration levels. I've always said this time and again. When you play TelOne, the first 20 minutes of the game, you need to be sharp, you need to be alert. Look at those second ball. If the keeper parries it, they are always there, and they really come at you relentlessly. What a shot that was, and Darlington equal to the task, saving that one for Ngezi, Dave.
As they come through now, Ngezi with a free kick in the box, looking good, but all 2-3 heads missed it, and the first corner of kick of the afternoon will arrive, and it is on the near side, and just going for that kick there. We wait to see who's taking that corner kick from the near side, and this is a promising kick for Ngezi. They will come, it's still good, but the man, that Nyasha Gurende, will let it go out for a throw-in on the far side. A lot of bodies there behind that one.
Yeah, FC Ngezi really coming slowly into this game.
As Gaki comes in, turns in the box. Beautiful one, no takers. And And we wait to see, can they try and get this one into the box? Chirinda! Back to Magombe. Oh, the referee will say that it's an offside position. But what some beautiful build-ups there. McDonald Makuya was out there, but Tinashe Mavudzi also coming in. Dalubushe trying to make sure that that one counts, but he did not.
Yeah, the compactness, look at that. The compactness of TelOne, and as that cross comes in.
Karengesha with that cross. And of course back to Karengesha there. But they were already offside, Dalu.
Yeah, you know what they're doing? It's called zonal defending. So you really put everybody behind the ball. Look at the compactness of TelOne. It's all blue shirts wherever there is the ball action. So in terms of coaching, we call that creating overloads in the side of the pitch or the ball side of the pitch. As we see a tussle for possession there, Dave.
Tussle for possession, and it's going to be a throw in for TelOne. And it's interesting to see Dalubushe, the referee, having a word with Leroy. Must have said one or two things that the referee did not like. There is that tussle with Navaya there on the far side, and that was Navaya and Madananga. I'm sure they, after his goal-scoring prowess, they will be watching Washington Navaya. Absolutely no challenge there for Navaya. And TelOne come through with a cross in the box, but cleared away. As Leroy will miss that one, but Hachiro does not. And is still coming through Dalubushe.
Yeah, and look, like I said, the first 20 minutes you need to be really alert. And after this 20 minutes, then TelOne usually slows the game down. And look, from the looks of things, they want to always bypass the midfield because this is where they've got strength. And Leroy, what a pass that is, but I don't think it's going to really yield much result.
Well, it doesn't yield much result. That was the run from Leroy. But they will pick up the pieces, Ngezi, trying to build it as they lose possession. Dalubushe, one thing about Ngezi, we have not seen them knit as many passes as we know them to play their football, but too many stray passes as Malvin Gacha will come trying to find Ashwin Karengesha, but this one cleared away by Ngezi. Once again, not really that fluence that we know them to be, as that throw in comes in from Leroy. Murape comes in, dribbles past one man, is brought down by the man Nyasha Gurende. And these are the free kicks, Dalubusha, that you end up ruining to have made. And so that Leroy Murape on the ground there is down quite well this afternoon as it goes past Karengesha, but pulled down by Nyasha Gurende.
Yeah, Nyasha
guilty part in two parts, Dalubusha.
Yeah, Nyasha needs to be careful. You start picking up yellow cards because he is not really settled in this game. And look, he is always 1 second late from the action. So he really needs to switch on. Otherwise, they will find a freeway on his side in terms of the left channel. As
Nigel Makumbe will come through now with that free kick. Let's wait and see if they can utilize it. That's a TelOne. They come through. It's a beauty. It's in the box. But a stray header there from Murape. Could have been a good one. But that is Washington Navaya. That header, he failed to direct it, Dalubusha.
Yeah, poor heading technique. You are supposed to always watch. Look at that cross come. And his heading technique really needs improvement. You are not supposed to widen up your legs. You are supposed to really jump up high, jackknife movement, and eyes always on the ball. And you hit the ball using your forehead. Especially at that level, you bring the ball down because the keeper, remember, has gone airbound already. And so I think they are supposed to improve his heading technique at training this week, Dave.
Well, it looks like for Ngezi, you know, so many free kicks that they are losing, so many fouls that they are committing.
Yeah, it's pressure, Dave. And look, TelOne is bringing a tactical game. So what they need to do is to slow down the game themselves. Yes, they are 1 goal down, but they're supposed to slow down the game and open the width. If you look at the animated Marua today, it tells you he really means business and he wants 3 points from there. So they really need to get ticking, especially Hachiro, for me, has to really drive this one day.
Well, Makarati with a miscue is still in possession, but Polite will come through now, finding the man that is Ashwin Karengeshi at the long one. And they come through now. This is still a cross there, but it doesn't get over the line. And they come through now. That's Leroy. Leroy comes through now. Beautiful play from him. Leroy comes in with a cross in the box. Can they utilize it? They're still in possession, but cleared away by Gurende. Finding now Malvin Gake. Comes in, beautiful, quickly taken to Chirinda. Chirinda comes in, he is brought down, and this is just outside the 18 area. This could have been embarrassing for Ngezi, as it could have been a penalty. And of course, Chirinda winning himself a free kick just outside the box there, being brought down there by Bruno Mtigo. And Bruno Mtigo could have found himself on the wrong side of the law. Could have been a penalty if it was a few meters inside there. Yeah, as they come through now, Dalubushe.
Yeah, we see the ability of Chirinda running into those empty spaces and really using his speed to really take advantage of that defense. Yes, they are having weaknesses on the left side in terms of Nyasha, but TelOne also has a weakness on the right side. So they are creating those overloads. Look at the jumping Marua there, how serious he is. He really needs these 3 points, Dave.
Definitely needs to justify why he brought in 22 players in the opening season. As that free kick comes in, dangerous, and the goalkeeper does quite well in the process. Corner kick number 2 for, and the referee says that was an offside position, that the far side assistant saving the blushes for TelOne. Could have been something else, as you can see from your pictures there. I would have thought that it was the goalkeeper having to save that one, but it was already offside for Ngezi. And of course Tapiwa Chilenge taking his time there from the camera there. Coming through Chilenge, remember in the last game against Caps United, took his sweet time, comes in. Let's see if there's been some improvement in the ball distribution. Just looks like the both teams, Dalubushe, are bypassing the midfield.
Yeah, and I don't understand why, especially for Ngezi Platinum, who have the ability to play in that middle of the park. But you see, they are not really giving Hachiro that space to play. And Leroy Murape, for me, I think he is the driving force at TelOne. Very creative player, seeing those pockets of space and putting those defense splitting passes.
Well, of course, and yeah, they've been really in the game and they've really been enforcing it. As you can see, some of the things that we do not appreciate about our football sometimes, where jersey number 80 is in the pitch and you don't see them in the lineup, Dalubushe, for Ngezi there, and for TelOne, as we wait to see he's in your pictures there, but you know, wearing the wrong jersey number. That's Patrick Milanzi. Interesting, Dalubushe, because Prince Milanzi, he's got jersey number 2 in the lineup, but he's wearing jersey number 20, or rather 80, as they come through now with a cross. Well, some very, very terrible clash there as Powell Guerra is on the ground. It looks like he took the Western knock there, Dalubushe.
Yeah, look, I think both players were really watching the ball and not really seeing each other, and this is quite a clash of the two, and I don't think it was intentional, because both of them were looking at the ball, trying to win the ball, and such things happen in football. Maybe coming back to this issue of jerseys and putting wrong lineups, I think PSL really need to enforce those kind of rules, because we are a professional league. We are supposed to act as such, and the viewers and the supporters and all the spectators deserve to know all these players, and they deserve to know the history. So we really need to put a professional outlook of this game. Look at the fans there, yeah, enjoying this
their
one.
numbers and obviously enjoying it, Daluguse. Just hoping that that injury is not so serious, Dalu.
Yeah, definitely. And look, for me, I think FC Ngezi is really supposed to try and settle into this game. They are not really settling, Dave, and I don't really know what their problem is. Yes, they are being pressed in their own half. But look, they've got the quality to play, and Gaki, the one that we see on your pictures there, has a knack for attacking. He's a quite quick player, Gaki, quite an attacking midfielder that you would have. So they need to use him as well as their ball carrier. Look, he's supposed to go and meet Hachiro to collect that ball, then try and spring those combination passes, Dave.
As we await that free kick from TelOne, we wait to see how they're going to utilize it. Goalkeeper trying to organize his wall there at Ngezi. They will come through now with a shot, and this one does not trouble Murasiranwa, who comes up with a long throw, Dalugushem, finding that is Ashwin Karengesha. He wins the throw in the process, quick to it, as they now cleared away, but not so quiet. Hachiro will take part in it. Polite comes in, finding Madananga, tries to outpace there, still Madananga, using his left foot to effective use. You will find once again Ashwin back to Madananga, who will bring it to a Polite Moyo. Moyo on the right side, brilliant play there from Kaki. Kaki comes in with a cross, but it cleared away by TelOne, but not so quiet, as Madananga will win it again. A backer to the man that's been hard running from Ngezi, but another foul, this time on Murape. Looks like Leroy Murape attracting all of those. The referee hasn't felt like picking up any of those yellow cards. 34 minutes were played in this opening half. Ngezi, Platinum taking the second flag, but in terms of goals, it's TelOne 1 and Ngezi Platinum 0. That goal coming through from Tawanda Macheke, and exciting stuff that we are watching. TelOne really justifying maybe the inclusion of those players that came through, and it's going to be the first corner kick for TelOne. Now it's 1-1 in terms of corner kicks, Dalubushe, and this arriving in the 34th minute, as the crowds just loving it from the far side there, drum beating there, and happy to continue drumming. That corner kick coming through from the far side. Wait to see how they're going to come through with that one from the far side. Powell Govera comes in with a long one, but cleared away by Ngezi, and they try and find that is the man on the far side to clear his lines. Polite Moyo picking up the pieces for Ngezi from the back. Beautiful play, finding Hachiro there. Clean man coming in with a long one in the box. The goalkeeper comes out of his line. That's Chilenge dispatching a long one, a fast one, trying to find Milanzi, they're still in possession. Once again, Hachiro comes in, clean man there, finding talent. Chamboko coming in, threading it to his right, to Ashwin Karengeshe. Karengeshe comes in, but the sleep is slippery, but they will pick up through Navaya to Leroy. Leroy in the center of their park there, threading it to the far right, but this one still kept inside. They will cut in, beautiful play in the box. What a miss, Dalubute. This could have been something else, Dalu.
Yeah, see, this is Tulamdwana, Dave. It could have been that exactly. And I will always repeat, you need to be alert in the last 15 minutes and the first 20 minutes of the half. And this is where TelOne really turn on the power. And yes,
Macheke there could have done the embarrassment once again. Could have been a breast for him, Dalu.
yeah, what a shot it was. And look at the space and the time that he has. Where was the Ngezi Platinum defense? In 6s and 7s.
6s and 7s, that smile, that tells you a lot from the goalkeeper. That's Rasi Ranwa. He could have been retrieving it from this for the second time from his nets. But as we see that throwing in, coming in from Milanzi. It's a long one from Milanzi, trying to find Murape. And this one is a miscue from Simbarashe Tekaedza. It's going to be a throw in, quickly taken by Nyasha Gurende, but that one was not kept in play by Talent Chaboko. Not showing much of a talent there, Dalubushin.
Yeah, Dave, look, I think it was a communication breakdown. He disguised that header. He wanted to create a lot of space on the right side. But going back to the Ngezi Platinum team, I think they need to put the ball down. They are now playing the same style of play as TelOne, but we know that that is not their strength. They really need to put that ball down and use the width of the pitch. I don't know whether they are being overwhelmed by the occasion, but look, they need to really come down as we see that loss of a goal kick again.
Well, that loss, it quickly goes back when the goalkeeper does that, and of course he needs to at least try and be passing that ball as Hachiro comes in. Have you ever seen a player so brilliant, smartly dressed, tucks in his shirt, brings in a cross to Aubrey Chirinda, who misses it, and they will find on the far side there, back to Macheke. He's been tormenting that defensive line, passes the player for dead, comes in, that's Macheke with a cross, but this time around it's a poor one, but not so poor as they get themselves a second corner kick in as many minutes. Dalubushe, Chiguida and team backpedaling there in many instances there. Dalubushe is the captain, supposed to be driving this bus, but it looks like really finding it difficult. And that corner kick to be taken from the far side by TelOne. The network seems to be pretty clear for them. They come through with that corner from the far side. Taksin cleared away by Ngezi. Now picking it up from the back. It's a long one, speculative. Chirinda cannot outpace the two defenders, and he will earn himself a throw in. Quickly takes it. He will find that is from his defensive line, Tinashe Mavudze. Back to Chirinda, who comes in with a cross, but not so quiet, and cleared away by TelOne. They are not in a hurry this time, trying to play 1-2 passes, but Chiguida comes to their rescue and clears away. Well, it's early days to talk about it, but it's 40 minutes that we've played here, and it's TelOne 1 and Ngezi Platinum 0. Can it end this way? And of course they would have earned themselves another 3 points. That is TelOne, but of course we still have another half to play, Dalu.
Yeah, another half to play, but what really surprises me, we see Marua Hebert, the TelOne coach, is in all white, Dave.
As Macheka comes in from the right, but this time Chiguida will stop it, finding Madananga. Madananga coming in, miscue. I don't know what it is that they come through and they miscue, but that attempt there, and it can tell you Murasirano's anxiety on the face as well. But Macheka has been brilliant for me so far, Dalu.
Yeah, look, I think they came with a good game plan. What they're doing is they allow Ngezi to really come into their own half. As soon as they get into the half, they win that ball, TelOne. And the fast break that they do always catches Ngezi Platinum off balance. So they really need to understand that when you attack, you need also to have balance, because Nyasha goes forward, Madananga goes forward. We saw Hartiro almost on the penalty arc. So when that counter attack or that fast break attack comes, they are usually outnumbered, and they give Navaya a lot of space to maneuver, Dave.
As Aubrey Chirinda with the tussle there, winning a free kick there. Washington Navaya on 4 goals so far. And Ngezi topping that log with 13 points from 5 games. And TelOne on position 7 with 7 points. Can they make them 10? Can they make them count? As Simbarasha Takaedza heading that one out for a throw-in on the far side to be taken by Ngezi. So quickly taken away. They'll come back in the box. No takers. Still in the box with the header there. They come back. One player lying on the floor, and the referee will like for that player to be attended to. He's on the ground there. Looks like he got a bit of a terrible note there, Dalu.
Yeah, it looks very uncomfortable, and you know, it's very important that he gets that kind of medical attention quickly, because they are a goal down, and this is actually playing to the advantage of Chilenga. As we see that knock, how it came about, it's Madananga, I think, who really got that knock. And look, because of his experience, you need him, especially if the situation is like this, Dave.
That's Macheka. It looks like he's up and about. The medical team dotting out of it. Mavudzi is up and about after getting that knock there. Tinashe. But the goalkeeper Chilenge, once again coming in. Once he gets his ball distribution right, he will definitely be a bit of a goalkeeper. But this one goes out for a throw-in at Dalubuche. Before you go down for the touchline, just your quick analysis for the first half, Dalu.
Yeah, well, TelOne really controlling this game. Yes, there were game moments where Ngezi Platinum had chances, but it is what only TelOne allowed them to do. So it was really what we call a false trap. So yeah, TelOne really in control, as we see that frustration. 3 versus 1, Dave, on the TelOne player.
On the TelOne player, and it's Murape, who's once again Leroy Murape on the ground. As we continue here after 44 minutes, it's a TelOne 1, and the traveling team that is Ngezi Platinum still nil, as we have 44 minutes, 45 minutes according to us, and we await to see what the 4th official brings as extra minutes. Looks like it's extra 3 minutes to be added here at Ascot Stadium, as Ngezi will win that free kicker, and we wait to see how they execute that. The referee, with his eyes on it, comes in, but this one is over the bar, and Rasiranwa will have to start it as a goal kick from the back. Chiguida is there, the captain comes in, finding Madananga, back to Chiguida. Chiguida back to Madananga. Madananga trying to find who he can let it to. It's a long one across the field. But TelOne ever alert, trying to clear that one. Through Bruno Mtigo. Bruno Mtigo will find on the far side Murape, and brilliant play from Chiguida there with a long one past the center line. 2 minutes of added time here, and TelOne would be more than happy if things were to end this way. Last season they used to be terrible at home, but great travelers, picking as many points when they were on the road. But this season with Marua, Jompano looks like he's picking number of points at home. As you can see Chiguida there in your pictures. Brilliant play coming in from him. Free kick being taken. Emphatic header. They come through now with Macheka. Really giving them a torrid time. Macheka winning a throw in on the far side. And Powell Guerre going for the throw in. But the referee will end the proceedings for the first half. And Owen Manenda ending the proceedings as we are about to cross over for our pitch line analysis from Valentine Mabuku together with Dalubutle Bebe. As we finish the first half, what separates the two teams, that goal from Tawanda Macheka coming through now, as of course TelOne 1 plus Ngezi Platinum Stars 0, as we cross over for this second half, and of course that analysis before we go on to the second half.
Like Charles Dickens' novel, the greater expectation is what we are witnessing here. A beauty of a game, full of surprises, but with great control nonetheless. That's how it stands here at Afsco Stadium. It is, of course, the Wi-Fi boys, the home side, leading by a goal to 0 after Tawanda Macheka scored in the 4th minute of this encounter. My name is Valentine Mabuga. I'm still with Dalubutle Pepe. Dalubutle, we expected a tactical astute game, and it's what we got in the first 45.
Definitely. And not only that, we are also experiencing what we call mind games. And the first 11 that we were given is not the one. About 4 players that were said to be on the bench are actually starting. And this really tells you how important this game is, especially for TelOne Marua. He really is animated today. We have not seen him this animated, especially I think in the game when they played Capes. He was a bit calm, but today really animated, and a highly tactical game. Tigo for me, Navaya and Leroy really playing a very key role in this team, Valentine.
Indeed, we also have to look at Paul Govera playing on the left channel. Shut out Msoran there to change with Mavudzi as well, the flanks to try and see who can unlock him. But he's unyielding. It's been very solid this afternoon. And the defense for TelOne, you have to keep it to them.
Oh, definitely. They are balanced. And look, they are really shutting out Obrel Chirinda, and Gaki is trying all his best to come through the middle of the park and probably take them because he's a bit creative, but alas, they are actually outnumbering them. My only worry is the goalkeeping department, their distribution. Chilenga, for me, he still makes those mistakes. All the goal kicks that he has taken, they have lost them. And his service to the players really needs a lot of attention. But guess what? Very safe hands his reactive agility very good, and he can really get those balls when you least expect them. So, and look, like I said in the pre-match, you need to really concentrate in the first 20 minutes of the game and the last 15 minutes, because that is where TelOne are very, very dangerous. And this is where Ngezi Platinum really lost it. Gurende, for me, on the left side, he's a bit jittery today. I don't know why. And
he has found his size.
Yeah,
Washington Navaya.
Yeah,
and look at that first goal as well.
Yeah, definitely. This is where the mistake came from, and they are creating overloads on his side of the pitch. And look at that, you know, attacking relentlessly. Ngezi, look at the reactive agility of Chilenga that I was saying. Really coming up to the action, and look at the shots from range. And you know what? They really want the 3 points. I thought they were going for a draw. No, I was wrong. TelOne really wants this one, Valentine.
Indeed, it's not like they've been just sitting back. They've been attacking. They've had opportunities to even extend their lead. That is TelOne, with the way they've been playing so far this afternoon. We look at that opportunity from Washington Navaya, parried away by Msarana, and a good tap-in finish from Tawanda Macheke. A true good follow-up for him. Expected, anticipated it, and he went for it there and ghosted it. And the defenders from Ngezi were caught napping 6 and 7.
Yes, they were very lethargic. This is what we call reactive agility. They were very slow to react. Yes, the goalkeeper has saved that initial ball. What you should expect then is the centre-back to come and clear that ball away. But guess what? They were slow, and TelOne were very alert, and you can tell that this is a team goal. This is what they rehearse during training, and I think they really executed it very well. For the first half, I really give it to TelOne. They are really organized, they are balanced, and they really bypass that midfield, because they know that is where Ngezi Platinum has got the strength. And for me, creating overloads on Nyasha Gurende's side is really paying dividends for them.
And it's a good matchup as well, looking for TelOne, the way that they have now Washington Navaya, or it was also a deliberate ploy by Tekshua Chiragui to have that is Gurende matchup to Navaya side. We did see also the chances in terms of set pieces. He has won many headers, and I'm sure the next one that is going to connect probably will settle in.
Yeah, but for me, Nyasha Gurende is a bit slow, and he is actually more productive when going forward and bringing those crosses. Defensively, yes, I think for me he really needs a bit of more speed for him to deal with a player of Navaya's caliber. I really wonder what the strategy was, because I think one of the centre backs is supposed to come and give him cover as he goes forward. And Hachiro, for me, and Madananga are really not getting that ball. They are only getting that ball as a second ball. They have not really received passes from the centre backs, because they are supposed to be the ones that carry that kind of a ball, and Gaki coming to collect either from Madananga or from Hachiro. But we haven't seen that flow of the Ngezi Platinum that we see. And guess what? Credit to Marua for bringing tactics that are really working to his advantage today.
And of course, this is not the only match that we're following. It is, of course, match day 6 of the Castle Lager Premier Soccer League. And of course, at the Faro Stadium, it is Yada FC taking on Scotland in that one. And it is 1-0 in that encounter, with Scotland getting their goal from the Mercurial. Kama Billiard getting himself on the score sheet. Elsewhere, it is all a tightly contested game in Shamba, as the Manika Diamonds are the visitors against Simba Bora, the defending champions, and it is 1-0 in that encounter, and we'll keep you updated with what's taking place in other centers as well, as soon as those scorelines trickle in. But let's look at now the second half. Yeban Marua, so far his tactics have been spot on. He has got the early goal that he wanted as well. He has defended well, and so far he has managed to make sure that Ngezi Platinum Stars are in 6 and 7. I haven't seen them lose their shape like this, and it should be credit to Herbert Marua for plotting that, isn't it?
Yeah, like I said, he's an astute tactician and he's got the experience. He's been to Eswatini, he's been to Black Rhinos. So, look, he's a student of the game, yes, but he brings in a wealth of experience. And for me, I think he brought in a strategy that really paid dividends for them. And look, from the looks of things, Ngezi Platinum would want to ring in some changes. I'm not really sure where they are going to have those changes, but I think what they're supposed to do is they are supposed to slow down the game, open up the field of play, and play their normal passing game. Because if they don't do that and continue playing into the hands of TelOne using that long ball, bypassing the midfield, they are going to concede another goal in the early stages of the game. But if TelOne fails to get that goal in the first 20 minutes of the game, I think they are going to run down the game like what we saw against Cape United, Chilenga, and expect in doing that. So I think they really need to get that insurance goal. So I don't see Marua really coming back subdued in the first 20 minutes. I think he's going to try and look for that killer goal, Valentine.
Indeed, and City 2 Makhanda. Zindala zombili kunzima namhla eAscot zigqibene lapho ke okudlala khona iqembu leTelOne alidibana leqembu le Ngezi Platinum Stars. Kodwa ke okwamanje iqembu leTelOne liyakhokhela ngegol elilodwa nje okwanamhla. Sike sathi fatla sayela uFaro sazwa ke lapho okudlala khona iqembu leYada bathi bona ama-Miracle Boys bedlala lamabhiravira lezi ezijisayo ezeScotland. Sizokuthiwa iScotland lapho ke uJaka uKhamaphilathi nguye ke osehlohle igol lokuqala eleScotland njalo iyakhokhela iScotland. Saphinda njalo saya eShamva lapho ke okudibana khona iqembu lomqeqeshi uJoel Luphahla iqembu leSimba Bora ama-defending champions lidlala leManica Diamonds ngutshikelo bhanqa ke ngale eShamva 1-1. And now let's look at the quick one. Herbert Marua and the two. What next for Herbert Marua in this one? Quickly.
Yeah, I think it will depend on the changes that they're going to make. Like I said, he's going to go for that insurance goal. But Chiragui also wants to come back as early as possible into this game. So we really have to see how the changes pan out, Valentine.
So it's an exciting encounter. ZBC TV giving you the live matches right here as we go right across the country and right now. And of course, we can now take you to Upra Dave Simba, as he gives us a live commentary of the match between the Wi-Fi boys, TelOne, as they take on, that is Madamburo, Ngezi Platinum Stars.
Well, thank you so much, Valentine and Dalubuche there from our pitch side. As you can see from our pictures, the two teams coming back from coming through from the break here. As of course, that substitution coming through in the second half, Nyasha Gurende going out and Ata Kaseke coming through. Looks like he received a knock, that defender there, and he's not taking any part in this one. And so, yeah, exciting stuff for TelOne. Can they stay in the game? As Dalubushia was just telling us with Valentine that now it's a 2-1 or it's 1-0 for Yada. Yada taking a very 1-1 now. That's Yada and Scotland. Dalubushia.
Yeah, well, Dave, news coming from Harare are saying Yada 1, Scotland 1. Yeah, Harare derby, Dave. So it's going to be an interesting one to see.
Well, we did talk about that change for them bringing in jersey number 24, Atakaseke, in place of Nyasha Gurende, who seemed to pick up that knock. That change coming through now as we wait to see how our game unfolds. Welcome to the second half here at Ascot Stadium, What brilliant goal we saw from Tawanda Macheke in the 3rd minute. But this has been another edition of the Kasalaga Game 6, as Madananga would come in with a long one. And of course, Navaya finding Bruno Mtigo, who miscues, and Madananga going for that throw in on the far side, finding his captain Chiguida. Chiguida will come through now on the right side to find the man, that's our talent Chamboko. Back to Chiguida. Chiguida comes in. He's still in possession on the far side, finding Gaki there. Still Chiguida seems to be the one that starts the play for their team. But unfortunately this time it's a throw in to be taken by Powell Govera. He's really put in a good shift, Dalu. That's Powell.
Yes, starting today, because I think they wanted him to take care of Obrel Chirinda. But they have seen that Obrel Chirinda is not as dangerous, but Gaki. So he really goes for that play. I think he's a good man marker, Dave. That's why they brought him in.
Well, a good man marker, that's Govera. But of course, as you say, that they are trying to get him to frustrate Aubrey Chirinda, who's had just a few chances to try and change the complexion of this game, as they now come through now with Gaki on the far side, coming through now with Tinashe Mavuti. Chiguida comes in now, finding the man that's also helping out in their defensive line. That's Leslie Kastigu. Now coming through now with a run there. Brought down Chirinda, but the referee says that there was an handling offense in the process. And so Aubrey Chirinda does not like that, just lifting up his hand. Yeah, not happy with that one. Seemed to have gone clear of that one, Aubrey. He was really brought down by Madananga, by Makarati. That's a foul.
Yeah, I think the decision was supposed to go the other way, but also Chirinda, as a striker, he is supposed to understand that you will never get the space and the time for you to take that shot. So instead of him running away from the penalty spot, he is supposed to carry that ball and really try and bulldoze that defense so that he can get those fouls and those free kicks. And that substitution for Tinashe, I think it was, for Nyasha was long overdue. The bringing in of Atta to come and stabilize that defense. And we see Ngezi now having a back three in order to try and look for that equalizer day.
Well, a stray one from Talent Chamboko. Supposed to think a little much better, a bit smarter than that, Dalubushe. But of course, as you can say, from our pictures, ZPC Kariba taking a lead against Kwekwe United. Yada had taken a lead, but Scotland restoring the parity there. Simba Bora leading Manika Diamonds in another humdinger of a game. 2-1 they lead. FC Platinum nil, Green Fuel 1. Bikita Minerals nil and Triangle nil. Should FC Platinum start ringing some alarm bells, Dalu?
Yeah, definitely. And this excuse of saying we are rebuilding, here is Ngezi with 14 players that they've brought in, but they are in the summit of the log, Dave. So I telling my excuse of this, we are rebuilding. We can't be rebuilding when somebody has got that kind of financial muscle. As
Mandananga now comes through with the through ball, trying to find Gaki. Gaki will score! Restoring parity here at Ascot Stadium. Brilliant play from the young man. Well, that was always coming, Dalubushe. Exciting stuff from young Gaki, Dalu.
Yeah, definitely. And I just spoke about him during the halftime break, that he is quite key and they need to really pay that attention to him. But guess what? Memory lapse, and he takes advantage of that one. What a beautiful team goal. As we see that through pass.
That was a good build-up from Madananga there to Gaki, who comes in with a left footer. Brilliant play there.
Cultured left foot, and he picked up his spot. Yes, the keeper closed his angle, but he had already picked up the spot, and what a beautiful goal, Gaki. We have a game in our hands now, 1-1.
Well, definitely that's exactly what this game needed, as they were finding Macheka, but it cleared away. An emphatic clearance, and Powell to take that throw in. Chiraghi animated on the bench as well, but Powell will take that throw in, trying to get back. Malvin Gacha with that brilliant goal there for Ngezi, as Madananga came in with that brilliant pass. Macheke coming in with the cross. It's a beautiful one! That will score! Quickly! Navaya making it goal number 5. Dalubuse. Goal number 5 for Navaya. Washington Navaya with a header. A brilliant one for that matter. Dalubuse.
Listen to the noise. They have listened to the noise. The homeboy has done it again. Goal number 5, and what a reply, As soon as you score that equalizer, football rules say you are supposed to go back and be compact. But guess what? They didn't go there and be compact. And tell one, statement of intent. Look at that cross as it comes.
From the first goal scorer to the second goal scorer. What a brilliant header. Diving, glancing header, Dalubuse. Oh, well, that would make you run out of superlatives. Brilliant performance from the homeboy, Navaya, living in the footsteps of his uncle, Makreza Navaya Dalubuse.
Definitely, player of the month and the current top goal scorer. And look, he is really showing that he's a prolific striker. He's scoring with his feet, he's scoring with the head. What a striker. Well,
I think Darlington Murasiranwa should also take the flag for that. Failed to cover his last part. Could have just thwarted that attacker. I wouldn't be surprised to see one of those moments where you see a goalkeeper being changed, because he's been a bit erratic in this game, Dalubuse.
Yeah, but for me, I think it is the issue of them defending with 3. When you have that cross, somebody is supposed to cover the blind side, and somebody is supposed to cover the near post, and you are supposed to have at least 2 people in the 6-yard box around the penalty area, so that cross, you can actually deal with it with ease, Dave.
Dealing it with ease as they find Hachiro to Obriel. Obriel fails to bring in a pass there, and the goalkeeper, of course, Tapiwa Chilenge, in as many times, Dalubuse. He will be happy. Once you allow TelOne to take to the lead, Dalubuse, normally they don't lose their network. The signal continues unabated.
5G.
5G, it looks like that's what Dalubuse calls it. As we saw earlier on, Highlanders bench or technical team here of Agent Sau, Tembo, their goalkeepers coach, their head coach, that is Kevin Kaindu. As they come through now, Navaya, the referee will not have any of it, says it's a goal kick, but well, he dived this time around, Dalu.
Yeah, Dave, we don't have swimming pools in the field of play. He's supposed to play fair. Yes, we know he wants really to hit those double digits like his coach told him to.
As Gaki will now find it, Dalubuse coming through in the middle of the park. It's Gaki again. We'll find on the left side that attack coming in with a shot, but the side netting there, Dalubuse. And the goalkeeper, that's Tapiwa Chilenga, really having a fun time here. But of course, as you were still saying, Dalu.
Yeah, but Dave, you don't have crosses coming. I mean, shots coming at that angle. You are supposed to bring in a cross because most of your teammates, especially the defenders who are tall, have really made that advanced move, and they are waiting for that ball in the box. So wrong decision there for the young men. And I think coaches are supposed to improve on that. As we see Chilenga trying to run down the clock and picking his second yellow card. Remember, he picked another one versus Caps United for basically the same crime, Dave.
Well, he will also miss some of those important games when it comes through. That's Tapiwa Chilenge, the goalkeeper at TelOne, getting the first yellow card of the afternoon. Zumbunu there with the referee trying to maybe plead his cause, but it's already, the sentence has already been given, and Chilenga will get his yellow card there for his efforts in trying to delay the game.
Taking one for the team.
Taking one
I
for
hope
the
it's going to
team.
be worth it.
But it wasn't necessary. It's too early in the second half, Dalubutu. We've played 56 minutes.
Yeah, we spoke about this during the Caps United TelOne game, that he needs to be professional and try and play the game. Not really all these delaying tactics that they do.
Well, some exciting football are coming through from TelOne, but of course Ngezi not being cowed into this one, as they have been trying to also swing the pendulum. Milanzi taking a throw in on the far side, but Madananga equal to the task, only to the touchline, as they get themselves a throw in on the far side. Well, this is interesting, Dalu. 2-1 Ngezi coming through now. Madananga coming through with those very good defensive matters. So we're going to be witnessing a throw in, a substitution coming through now. They clear their lines. That's TelOne. But Macheka still back to torment them on the left side. This is Macheka, comes in, lays it out for the young Mtigo, and the referee will say yes, he was appended. And it's just in a very promising position as we're about to see a change. Chiguida trying to speak his case against Bruno Mtigo, who was brought down. 2 men, too strong for him, and the referee will come through now as we wait to see. Chigara coming through now, Dalubushe.
Yeah,
and once again, we don't have that number in terms of what we have here, Dalubushe. Chigara not even in the team lineup from what we have here.
Yeah, well, I think, like I said, the PSL needs to really, call these clubs to order, Dave. It's very unprofessional for them to do that. But coming back to the game, I think Ngezi Platinum, the Highlanders technical bench, Calvin Kaindu.
Well, taking notes because pretty soon they will be facing Ngezi. They will also be facing TelOne, as Nigel Makumbe preparing that free kick. Murasi Ranwa needs to be at his best. He's a dangerous free kick taker. That is Makumbe, comes in with a beautiful one, but the goalkeeper stands his ground.
Yeah, he's got very safe hands.
They come through now.
He's got very safe hands, and I think his major problem today has been his defense. It has been letting him down. Wherever he goes for that ball, he does not get the cover, and whenever he saves that shot, they are not there coming to clear the lines, and hence conceding those 2 goals.
Well, as Chikwida will now pick up from his defensive line with a long one, pretty speculative as it lands to no one. Navaya coming through. But once again, Makumbe being brought down in that case. Showing some maturity in terms of his face, Dalubute. He's grown, that is Nigel Makumbe.
Yeah, he's really grown in front of our eyes. We remember him from Highlanders. He really used to feature for them, but I think the heat was too much for him, and he had to look for other areas to practice his career.
Zumbunu finding Macheka, who the referee says he's brought down a player. There's some bit of a tussle there with the players as finally that free kick is taken. Dalubusha tomorrow will be witnessing another game that's Caps United traveling all the way to Bulawayo to face Highlanders. As you saw, the Highlanders technical team there taking a long drive from Bulawayo. They come through now. Another injury to one of those TelOne players, and their captain, that's Frank Makarati, saying that the man was brought down, and of course that's a Washington Navaya, the scorer of the second game, the fifth for his tally, Dalu.
Yeah, as we saw that attack and how he tried to pull back, and I really wonder what made him fall. And we see that goal from Gaki. Look at that cross and the pinpoint finishing, consummate finishing.
Beautiful a left footer from Gaki there. It's been substituted as we see that that lead being restored by Navaya. Beautiful header there, burying that baby there. Well, as Chikwida will start it. And Makarati coming to that one. Well, an infringement by Ngezi there. And the referee will give a free kick. And of course, that player lying there, is not really much happening to him. Once TelOne takes a lead, becomes difficult. We've just come through from the 1 hour mark here, 62 minutes we've played Dalubushe. Still 1-2, and of course the Travelers Ngezi Platinum 1. They're to top of the log.
Yeah, as we see the excitement there on the stands from TelOne supporters. We've seen 3 beautiful goals, Dave, and I think this game is living up to expectation. And there again, Chilenga trying to run down that clock, but now he risks getting second yellow. Look at the run that he does, Dave. Really frustrating the Ngezi Platinum players. And he goes to lose again that goal kick. I think so far in this afternoon, he has not had even one goal kick correct. So I think the goalkeeper's coach needs to work on his distribution skills.
As Powell will take that to throw in near the pictures here, near the camera. Quickly takes it. Still Powell. Comes in with the left footer, trying to find Navai on the far side. Thwarted by Madananga. As they come through now. And this one goes to no avail there, Dalubushe.
Yeah, but what I'm failing to understand is why is Tekshua Chiragwi not putting a fourth defender? Because when TelOne comes to attack, it attacks with 4. Leroy joining the attack, Tinashe, and Tawanda Macheken really coming to the left side of the attack, and Navaya on the far right.
Has now come in across there. What a miscue with an opportunity, but it's not yet over. As they try and get it right, but they brought it down there. That's by Nigel Makumbe. And the referee will allow free kick here by Leslie Kastigu to be taken on the far side. The man that was brought there, Ashwin Karengesha.
Yeah, quite a clumsy challenge.
Clumsy challenge by Makumbe there. And it's going to be that corner kick. Second corner kick for Ngezi Platinum. Rather, it's not a corner kick, an opportunity for them through Kastigu. Comes in, it's floating, but cleared away for a throw in on the far side. Well, running for that one is Ata Kaseke, coming into their defensive line. That's for Ngezi. Quickly takes that throw in. Dalubushe finding their captain. Captain comes in, back to Ata. Ata trying to go through, but thwarted by Tumakumbe for what looks like a routine serve from the goalkeeper. Yada FC 1, Scotland 1, Simba Bora still 2, and Manika Diamonds 1, Mani Platinum nil, Green Fuel nil, Bikita Minerals nil. Triangle taking that lead, but interestingly, because this game is being played at Gibo, as Bikita Minerals do not have a home ground. Hachiro comes in, threads it to the right side, still coming through now from the left side, brought down. That is the man that was attacking Tinashe Mavudzi, being brought down, and a yellow card being given to Powell.
Yeah, well, he had to take one for the team, Dave.
In
those kind of areas, this is very, very dangerous. And look, I think he really had to take one for the team.
Well, and of course the man to take that one, Ata Kaseke, it looks like.
Yeah, but you need to vary those free kicks. So from the looks of it, they want to bring an outswinger again. Why not bring a medium-low ball so that there is confusion in the box, whether to chest the ball or whether to clear with the foot. So the medium-low ball would really pay them dividends.
What a cross, but cleared away by Navaya. Far and far. But still, they could try and utilize as Madananga is going for that one, but being kicked far and wide by one of the supporters.
Yeah, I think they've been drilled to really frustrate the opponents. But like I was saying over that free kick, if you bring that aerial ball, you're actually giving advantage to the goalkeeper because he can easily use his hands to parry it away. But if you bring a medium-low ball, then it causes a lot of anxiety and anxious moments in the box.
Well, Navaya seems to be getting involved in some defensive lines there, clearing. But of course, the goalkeeper needs to watch it because the referee has been speaking to him about it. And the ball boy being told to go out. Makarati there also having a chat with the referee. It's not too good as a ball boy being given your marching orders, Jalu.
Yeah, but you can tell that it's a well-orchestrated move. They have been instructed to do what they are doing. And it's very unprofessional, Dave. I don't like that kind of these are kids. Why are you putting them negative thoughts and not really teaching them the right principles of the game?
Well, a throw in being won by Ngezi. In the thick of things again, Chikwida comes in with a long one. Powell heads it away. But Ngezi good to it as Hachiro will let it back to Chikwida. Comes in with a long one. As I was just talking earlier on in the first half, we have not really seen much in terms of midfield play, Dalubushe.
Yeah, but I think in the last moments, talent has been really coming through for for Ngezi Platinum. We see him getting involved now, especially with Hachiro being under lock and key, and Gaki now being marked by two players.
Well, dangerous play there, Dalu. But the referee will say that an TelOne player has been brought down there. They'll win a free kick from the heart of their defense. They take short Chiragui, taken off the jersey, feeling the hit, Dalu.
Yeah, as we see that chance there that was created and hence the foul. And the referee getting it correct there, Dave. It is a foul against TelOne. So really getting it correct there. And for me, I think he's had a fairly good game, the match official. All three of them coming from Bulawayo, by the way. And the fourth official from Masvingo, who we saw again, we witnessed him taking charge of the TelOne Caps United game.
That's Rosario. And of course, the throw in on the near side to be taken by Powell. Murasiranwa looking a bit disturbed as they come through. Bruno Castigo. And this one goes out for a goal kick to be taken quickly, as Chiguida will now come through now, sensing they might just lose this one. That's TelOne on the lead. Ngezi really trying to pile as much men into their attack as Murape will come emerging, but coming through with a cross in the box and getting a corner kick. Well, TelOne leaving a bit dangerous in that particular time, as the corner kick number 3 comes in to be taken from the far side. Well, TelOne need to watch it.
Yeah, we're seeing the variety from Ngezi Platinum. They're attacking from the wings, from the center.
What a corner kick! And the men that came in the second half failing to just execute this one. They will leave again. That's TelOne. A bit clumsy at the moment. 72 minutes we've played in this encounter. It's a TelOne 2 and Ngezi Platinum 1. Beautiful goals that Ngezi scored. 2 beautiful ones that TelOne scored through Tawanda Macheka and Washington Navaya Dalu.
Yeah, but the mistake that they're doing now is they're pulling everyone behind the ball, and this is not right, Dave. How does the goalkeeper become the ball boy when the ball boys are there? And I think PSL need to really bring such things into order, because we have fans who have paid to come and watch the game and not really see what we are seeing there right now.
Well, it's not right, Dalu. Definitely agree with you. To see youngsters being used in such a way where they actually sit behind the billboards when it's a TelOne attack that has been smoothed. And we can see the goalkeeper really taking his time. That's Tapiwa Chilenge. Comes in to take that goal kick. It's a long one. At least this time it's kept in. Goalkeeper Murasiranwa comes in to clear his lines. As now Hachiro comes to try and redirect things. Finding Chirinda. Chirinda with a pass in the box. And the referee saying that it was brought outside the box. But I thought that was in the box, Jalubushe.
Yeah, well, I think point of contact was just outside the box, Dave. I don't think that one was a penalty. The referee is usually closer to the action than most of us, and I think he gave the right call. Yes, look at that. Just outside, that's where the knock came in. Just outside, Dave. Just outside, marginally.
What says that was marginally outside the box. But I'm sure TelOne, or rather Ngezi players, will not have that Dalubushe. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely they are chasing the game, Dave.
Yeah.
But for me, I will repeat, TelOne are playing dangerously, putting everybody behind the ball and allowing Ngezi Platinum to play is tantamount to suicide. They are supposed to play their normal game. If Washington Navaya is tired, you can bring in another striker, you know, or if you don't have a striker, you can bring an attacking midfielder that can really hold up play high up on the field of play, because in the final third there is something that we call dangerosity, which is the probability of scoring gets a bit high in the final third, and you don't need to be playing in that zone. So let's see how this one is going to pan out. Is Chilenga going to be equal to the task? Because that's Madananga territory, and I'm not really sure that that ferocious shot he will react on time if it were to be taken by him, if the free kick were to be taken by him.
Behind that one is Chiguida. Talent Chamboko is also seen there, and Madananga going in there. Chirinda is behind that one, so is Chamboko. So we wait to see what will happen here. We see in your pictures Ditima and Benura. Tinotenda
But now what's interesting is look at the number of players on that wall. You have 6, Dave. So the question is, who is marking in the box? Because you have eliminated 6 players already. Yes, it is too close to the goal, but
Talent Chaboko behind that one.
And it's
so
a
let's
direct
wait
free
and
kick.
see. Coming in. Chaboko! Almost scored! TelOne has the upright to thank Dalubushe. As Hachiro comes in, still Makarati will clear. Hachiro back. Chirinda brought down, but the referee will say that there was assimilation. And of course Murasi Ranwa will come through now. And Makarati seems to have taken a note there, Dalubushe.
Dave, I don't think it's a knock, that one. We are going to see this the whole of this afternoon. As soon as TelOne leads, this is how they run down the clock. He pretends to be injured. As soon as the stretcher comes in, he says he's fine. And I think the referee needs to take charge of this one. He needs to give such players yellow cards for pretending, as we see that immaculate shot. Goalkeeper beaten, Dave, but just denied by the crossbar.
Crossbar coming to definitely bring this one, as the teamer will come in now. As Talent Chamboko is out after that free kick, Dalubushe.
I doubt if that was the correct substitution, because he is now the person who was driving Ngezi Platinum. And looking at that shot at goal, maybe they've got enough depth to maintain the creativity, but we're yet to see how Benura is going to fare on this one.
Makarati is up on his feet, and the fourth official having done those substitutions. The referee taking that ball right at the back for the captain, that's Chiguida. Kudzai finding Ateka Kaseke. They'll thread it to Madananga. On the far side, comes in, rides the tackle. That's Madananga still in possession. Comes in with a cross in the box. Oh, they failed to put it away. As Polite comes in with a long one, clears his lines here at Ascot Stadium. Rasirana quickly finding Kaseke. In the box there, can they cross and bring in something meaningful? Coming through with a cross, but this one goes out for a goal kick. Goalkeeper's theatrics again as Malvin Gake, or rather the Highlanders fan. We saw a flag from Highlanders, but once again not in your pictures. A player from TelOne on the ground, Dalubushe.
Yeah, look, I think that one probably he might have twisted an ankle. So now it's difficult for the referee to know whether it was simulation or it is a genuine knock. So it's really something that we don't want to see. As we see the referee denying the medical team to come because he believes they are running down the clock and they are being very unprofessional, Dave.
9 minutes to go, Dalubushe. But the whole game itself got some exciting, it had pockets of the game where it got so exciting, and then with these dull moments.
Yeah, definitely, and this is synonymous with TelOne. The moment they take the lead, we will see this boring game, and they would want to win at all costs. They would really want to win at all costs. But now we see substitution. Chimedza coming in. Probably they want to really shut the back door because it's only 9 minutes to go. Let's see what he's coming to do, Dave.
Well, of course, Chimedza is a striker, so maybe they want to try and put some pressure on it. Looks like the young man Nigel Makumbe is the one that goes out. And of course Blessing Svanda, defensive player, comes in as well. Wait to see who's going to come out, Dalubushe.
Yeah, I think it's
Tawanda Cheka is going out, making a way for a defensive player. That's a Blessing Svanda, Dalu.
Yeah, maybe they look at trying to hold up play upfield because they've seen that trying to defend deep in their own half is really dangerous. So they are probably trying to hold up play upfield, Dave, and try to run down the clock as Leroy is still outside trying to come back on into the match.
To come back into the match, Dalubushe. We've just seen some exciting players in this game. Maybe for you, Dalu, which ones would you say are some of the best players today that did quite well?
I think Navaya was quite important for TelOne and Tawanda. And if you look at Gaki, really rising up to the occasion. And we saw towards the end, I think Powell also for TelOne really being solid at that back four for the first time and making it so impossible to penetrate. Makarati also for me, I think he really played like a captain, and maybe Darlington coming up with those important saves.
Well, the goalkeeper coming through now with a long one. They'll defend. That is with Madananga on the far side, coming through, losing that one for a throw in. Well, it's a bit difficult to try and play it like that towards the end of the game. You need to try and get in good positions, as Milanzi will come with a throw in on the far side. Navaya brings it, but Chiguida does quite well, but only ends up with a throw in on the far side. And Captain Makarati, as you can see, the ball boy in our pictures, Dalubushe, really taking his sweet time as Milanzi will come again with a throw in on the far side.
Yeah, TelOne, like I said, in the last minutes of the game, they are quite dangerous. I think this is why they are making those kind of substitutions, so that they really try and get that insurance goal. If they do, then I think they'll just take the steam out of Ngezi Platinum. But as soon as they lose the ball, they quickly send everyone behind the ball, Dave.
And of course, maybe Dalubushe, just your sentiments in terms of, I thought that Ngezi was a bit off color today from what we are used to seeing them play.
Yeah, definitely, and it's because they were not allowed to play their passing game, their original passing game that we know them for. And that midfield, they were really denied the space and the time to play that ball.
So Gachi will come there, Dalubushe, but of course, like only getting a throw in. You are still talking about those opportunities denied to them, Dalu.
Yeah, that middle of the park, they really got so frustrated. Hachiro, for me, did not really live up to expectation. And the young man, Leroy Murape, for TelOne, really being key and very, very important for them today.
Well, a goal kicker for them. And they continue to try and get something out of this game. A substitution coming through. You can say the frustration from Chiragwi. Munemo coming through now this time around as Tanaka.
Yeah, maybe trying to get the better of Powell by bringing a youngster who's probably has got skill and speed. But I think it's a bit late for that kind of substitution. You'll never know. We saw surprises, Scotland versus Highlanders, who when Highlanders were leading 1-0, Scotland did not give up. So let's just see how the young man Tanaka is going to fare in this one, Dave.
Well, talking about that one, games are occurring at the moment. Kariba leading Kwekwe United by 2-0. Yada still holding Scotland 1-0. Simba Bora now 4-1 against Manika Diamonds. Joel Lipasha definitely off the Maki Waters. FC Platinum and Green Fuel still in that 0-0 stalemate, while Bikita Minerals still being led by visiting Triangle. But how can they visit Kibo?
Yeah, well, semantics. But I think this one is almost done and dusted. Look at the body language of Ngezi Platinum Stars. What a shocker for me. Simba Bora, 4 past Manika Diamonds.
Well, we had thought that this one is one of those that becomes a bit tight, but it's not to be so, as a Platinum also being held by Green Fuel. Don't expect such a result, but Platinum really not what they used to be. And of course Triangle leading that one by a solitary goal as being the away team. A throw in on the far side to be taken by TelOne, as Madananga will not allow the ball boys to take that one. Well, they will come back. That's a TelOne from the left side, dribbling past one man, but not the second one. Cleared away by Ngezi, who seemed to be realizing that defeat is on the cards, as they come through now with Hachiro. Hachiro comes in, brings it down to Obriel Chirinda. Chirinda trying to curve something beautiful in the box there. Cleared away by Makarati, and they don't like it there. Maybe Dalubushe, before you go down to give us a pitch side analysis, if you can just give us the rest of what has been happening in this particular game?
Yeah, quite a boring second half, and look, we were expecting TelOne to do that if they take the lead. But away from that, I think the first 10 minutes of the second half, both teams really came wanting, hungry for goals, and we did get the goals, and 2 beautiful goals for that matter. But after that, when TelOne took the lead, we really didn't see much play, you know, a lot of play being delayed, as we see 7 minutes into into the referee's optional time. So we are really going to see TelOne really playing a boring game, and we saw it again when they played Caps United. So no surprises there for me, Dave.
If you can see from that clearance again, Dalubushe, and we're just waiting to see how they're going to clear themselves up there. That's TelOne. But they come through now trying to attack, but Powell is good to it. But Chiguida comes in pretty resolute in terms of their defense. And they clear away this one, trying to find a ball in the box there. But cleared away. That was a bit dangerous leaving there for TelOne. Madananga coming through now. Gachi now trying to go through a sea of blue. Now to Navaya on the right side, but thwarted in that attack. And the goalkeeper Mrasiranwa will come back to it. Mrasiranwa still in possession. Well, Powell there being adjudged to have been a bit heavy-handed there against Kumba there. And the referee, well, that was dangerous there, dangerous play.
Powell very lucky to get away with that one. He is supposed to pick up a second yellow, Dave. He really is supposed to pick up a second yellow. So it's very lucky for him to get away with this one. And I think this is one of the last attacks that Ngezi are going to get.
Well, Kaseke comes in with the free kick. Cleared away, but the goalkeeper failed. That's Chilenga. But they cleared away by TelOne. And this will find Hachiro, a lone figure in that defensive line. But Kaseke will now try and start the move from the back line. A throw in for Ngezi. Well, you see where the ball is going, but quickly taken there by Ngezi. But the referee saying Kashtigu, you will have to move this one. Chirinda also getting a free kick. Gachi comes in the box. Beautiful opportunity for them. Ngezi, Hachiro being brought down in a very precarious position there. And you can see the captain there, that's Makarati, also signaling to the referee that it must be taken away. But this was some good build-up from Ngezi Platinum. If this is scored, then it becomes a sucker puncher. Not really so, but it could be something that TelOne would not like, Dalu.
Yeah, but they're allowing them to play their game that we normally know them for. Look at those interplays, and look at the heated reactions from Navaya there. He wants to protect his lead, and with all his might. Now, coming back to the free kick, I think it's Madananga territory, and
but
this one I would expect
earlier on.
Yeah, but this one I would expect him to take it, since that substitution, he has got the power and he has got the technique. So let's see how this one pans out, Dave.
Well, Dalu will be joining you just in a few moments on the touchline as they give us the final analysis. They will change this match ball there. And behind that one is Madananga. And the goalkeeper strategizing as well. That is Chilenga. And of course the clock running down. We have played 5 minutes of the added 7 minutes. And if this one goes in, then TelOne will have themselves to blame for that free kick. Two players now remain behind that one, Takunda Benura and Madananga. Benura behind that one as well, as is Madananga. Wait and see how this one is played out. And this one from Benura goes into the wall and emphatically cleared away by TelOne. Goalkeeper Murasiranwa will come through now, and the referee stops his watch, as obviously I think that ball hit into Admire Zumbunu Sporty as he threw himself on the line. And of course some bit of tussling, and Takunda Benura also in there. The referee having torrid time to try and make sure that he brings in some discipline. The first assistant going in to help the referee to make an informed decision about a call there. And a yellow card to Chirinda from Ngezi, not too sure about the other recipients. Just a few seconds remain in this game, and Chiguida will take it, trying to create a way, but not so quiet. Powell with a kick on Benura there. And this time around, Hachiro picking up that ball. So is Leslie Castigu there. Can they utilize that one? The last dice of this game. Doesn't look like this could trouble the goalkeeper or the defensive line at TelOne. Castigu takes it, but it's a handling offense from TelOne. Well, looks like they've managed to run down the clock. That is a TelOne. And the fans, they are happy with what they've witnessed. And that handling offense, the free kick being taken by the goalkeeper Tapiwa Chilenga. It's been an exciting afternoon of football here at Ascot Stadium, as TelOne once again picked priceless 3 points here at Ascot Stadium, as it ends TelOne 2, and of course Ngezi Platinum 1. And so while Navaya extends his total of goals from 4 to 5, his team also goes to 10 points on the log. So some good groundwork by TelOne. They are happy with the result and happy with what they've seen here. And so It ends here. TelOne 2, Ngezi Platinum 1, as the referees are going out here. And of course the man of the match, the man on the center of the pitch, that's Owen Manendwa, ending it here, as we are now going to be waiting for the coaches to give us their analysis of the game this afternoon. TelOne really creating a fortress here at Ascot Stadium, and the fans are loving it, the players are loving it, the technical team loving it. But of course, 3 priceless points for Manica Diamonds as we now cross over.
Indeed, what a match, what a game. And of course, Wi-Fi boys maintain the 100% record at their home turf with a great win against the local leaders. Big win for them.
Yeah, very big win for them. And like I said, the first 10 minutes we're going to be critical in the second half. And we saw beautiful goals. But as soon as TelOne leads, we know what's coming. They run down the clock. They really play a boring game. And Chilenga really doing it the same way that he did at Cape United. But taking that aside, I think Ngezi Platinum really asserted themselves very well in the second half. They only made one mistake. The creativity that they wanted was not really forthcoming, so they began to use the wide areas. So a very big win for TelOne.
Indeed, a big win for TelOne. Let's get to hear from that is the losing coach, that is Tekshua Chiragwi. And of course, Tekshua, a tough one to take, but it's always a tough one on the road. 2-1, you lose. Your overall assessment of the whole game.
Yeah, thank you so much. I want to thank God for the good spirit and effort, and also allowing us to make sure we play to our ability. And I think we did that today. And obviously, on the road, there are some games that are very difficult to win, no matter how much effort you put. But at the end of the day, you end up on a losing side like this. We have to appreciate it's a marathon, like I've said. What you have to do is just to make sure we continue, and we are happy with the performance. We did everything that can make us win the game today, but unfortunately we couldn't. And I also thought probably maybe the free kick that we got was inside the box. My thinking and my opinion, but I also respect the match official. He saw it otherwise, and it wasn't a penalty. We take it that way. That's game of football, and we also need to respect them because they know laws of the football better than us. So we respected that, and we lost the game. We also congratulate TelOne for their good spirit. It was also a physical game to say, but above everything, I think we did very well. We are happy with our performance. It also can guarantee us the next game that we're going to play, we can get a positive result. So today, we thank God, we take the result.
Tough one, coach, but all the best and better luck next time.
Thank you.
All right, that was the coach, Tekshua Chiragwi, there. And of course, humble in defeat, nonetheless, of course, for him to lose this one, though he would have loved to beg all the maximum points, it wasn't to be. But I've got the triumphant coach here at TelOne, that is Herbert John Panamarua. Coach, congratulations, victory again at home. This is now becoming really a place where no big team or no small team will ever win. You have made it a fortress. Your overall assessment of this encounter?
Yeah, I'm very happy. Like I said, we need to respond, the guys, quickly. After suffering 1-0 against Simba, we came here with our game plan. I managed to see Ngezi playing Capes. Then we saw their strength and their weakness. So we came up with a plan, and it worked on our side. But I'm happy the way we are playing at Ascot is very, very convincing.
Indeed, and of course another goal for Washington Navaya, and I'm sure he's begging them, proving to be very, very potent striker for you, and with some crucial goals as well.
Yeah, he's just doing his job. He's part of the team, but I'm happy. He's doing extra work. After training, he's always doing extra work, and it's paying off.
Indeed, congratulations, coach, and all the best going forward as well.
Always available.
Indeed, there you have it, the triumphant coach, that is Herbert Marua, and he has made sure that this place remains a fortress. And of course, right now coming through is of course our man of the match, and a man who made sure the first goal was scored, and making sure as well that he gets his 5th goal of the season. He is the man in form, indoda edlala elijabulisayo ngomana kutamba rukunakidza rine Maruwa mazuano. And of course, congratulations for winning the match. Your assessment of the game.
Thank you.
And indeed, Matamba say, and it's another victory yako iwewe ne team mubesela team maita kuti panapa risatambika. It looks like it's a very tough ground for any team kuti win panapa. Muri kuzviita sei?
Chokutanga tinotenda Mwari. Chechu tongotenda makochi zedu nebasa rari kuita then teamwork. Zvimwe zvakawanda tinongoita paground but tongoramba chipusha magoals achiuya, saka tongotenda Mwari nemacoaches netrust yavari kundipa kuti nditambewo ndiwanika ndichigoi sawa.
Alright, ndiri kuona kuti hadzina coach uri kusara ground uchipa extra work, hanzi that's why this is happening. It looks like hard work is paying off, isn't it?
Yeah, true, hard work is paying.
Alright, congratulations Washington Navaya, our man of the match this afternoon, and we congratulate you for winning today the maximum points.
Thank you.
Alright, there he is, Washington Navaya, man of the match this afternoon, for being part of the first goal that was scored, that was parried away by the goalkeeper, and for Twanda Macheke to tap it in, as well as the winning goal this afternoon. He has been outstanding. He scored his 5th goal of the season. I certainly hope you did enjoy this live broadcast. Tomorrow, Sasa, Sisema Kumeni, make a date with us for the big one. Esimnyama Ngenkani, Highlanders take on Kepe Bora, Caps United. So make sure you catch us live on ZBC TV. My name is Valentine Mabugu. On behalf of the crew behind the scenes, it's bye-bye and happy viewing on ZBC TV.